Let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Spawning in the the bottom right position as the red Zerg player from Team Quantic Gaming. It is HyuN, who just made a magnificent hold. Just an absolutely fantastic defense of that Zergling all-in from Jaedong. If you guys missed that game, seriously, go back and watch. That was amazing. And spawning in the top left position as the blue Zerg player from Team Evil Geniuses, it is Jaedong, who won a pretty long game, the first game today, with the really heavy roach play. Managed to win in a position where I honestly didn't think he would be able to versus HyuN. And then I honestly thought he was going to win the last game, and HyuN's like, nope, gave him the backhand, staying alive. Both players producing a lot of drones, though. No fast pulls this game. If you guys missed any of the earlier matches, of course, you can catch all the VODs on Athenius.tv, but just a quick recap for you here. So, spoiler alert. We had the very first match of the day. Jaedong defeat Zanster 2-1. We had San take out HyuN 2-0, and then San take out Jaedong 2-0. San went straight out of this group, played phenomenally on his own, and then HyuN took a 2-0 win over Zanster, and that's how we've gotten into this 1-1 standstill. These players, this is that deathmatch scenario that I mentioned earlier. They're both standing on a needle, basically 1,000 feet above the ground, and this is it. Only one of them can stay on after this game. HyuN choosing to open up with the pool into hatchery. He wants to be safe. He wants to be secure. And if he gets attacked, he can just turtle up and wait for this whole thing to blow over. But Jaedong, hatchery, gas, spawning pool, wants access to the quick speed tech, and that's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting your fast metabolic boost for the Zerglings. It gives Jaedong options. It always keeps that threat of Jaedong bringing some type of all-in. It just keeps the threat throughout the entire game, which is really awesome. So let us see now what these players have in store for us. The setups look very, very normal, and since we're have a bit of a slower start to this game, nothing quite as crazy, I want to just quickly remind you guys what else you have to look forward to. This is the last game. The winner of this moves on, and then we're done for today. So if you guys want to know what's coming up next, the Daily Motion Cup, and why you should tune in, Group C will be played on November 19th at 1900 CET. You can check that out. We're going to have players Samsung Khan, Solar. We're going to have CM Storm, Pult, Acer, Nurchio, Evil Geniuses, Oz. The matches just get better and better. Seriously. They actually just get better and better, because after that there's Squirtle, MMA, Scarlet, Check, and then the last group we'll be covering is Life, Innovation, Todd, and 4GG. So these games are just going to get better and better as time goes on. This tournament is fantastic. We have a couple Zerglings coming into Scout now. Jaedong, not really too much to be revealed. He has a very standard setup. He sees the Baneling Nest. I mean, that's all you really need to see in ZVZ. You're going for speed and you're going Baneling speed. And it's not necessarily the biggest deal. Like, the only reason why you care to see their Baneling Nest is if you see that your opponent has a Baneling Nest, then you know that you can't do a Speedling attack, right? Like, it makes it very difficult to do type of Speedling all-in, since obviously Banelings are a direct counter to that. If you see that they don't have any gas, then Speedling attacks become good because you know they can't have Banelings. So it's kind of this weird dance where you can defend with both setups, but you'd rather have that information so that you know for a fact what you can and can't do. Since both players are joining up right now, it's a sign that neither of them are really worried about an attack hitting just yet, even though speed is finishing. Jaedong has a few Lings on the field. He has his Baneling Nest, but he's not doing anything aggressive. He's not producing a lot of Zerglings. He's still pumping out mostly drones at the moment. And HyuN's even getting a Spine Crawler. HyuN's like, no, I'm getting a Spine and 4 Banelings. I don't care. I want to be defensive. I want to be very defensive. Now he's got 8 Lings on the way. These injects are finishing up. Is he going to just pump out pure Lings? Let's find out. Yeah, it's going to be pure Lings. So HyuN's the one that wants to get aggressive. I think his plan here was to hold a potential attack from Jaedong and then go for the counter because he built this Spine Crawler. But the Spine could also just be for a backup defense later on. These Banelings are moving out. The Overlords will see them. And now with this Roachborn coming in, Jaedong looks like he wants to hold basically with a couple Banelings and Roaches. Just pure Roach Bane he wants to hold this attack off with. He does have some Lings, but holding off the number of Lings that HyuN has will not be easy to do this early in the game. The Banelings are coming in, 2 more on the way, 4 moving towards that ramp. There are 2 banelings here for Jaedong. The queen getting caught by this baneling nest. Does manage to keep herself safe. The banelings for HyuN are headed for the drones. Will we get the big detonations? Nothing just yet. Barely trading banelings for banelings. There's still a good amount of zerglings. Oh, HyuN takes out a large number of Jaedong's zerglings, though. Very nice play there. And, oh, has another opportunity to pick off a few more. Doesn't quite get it. This queen is tucked in nice and safe. And she will oh, nope. Manages to kill her. Wow, she had like 1 hit point there. I thought she might barely have made it out there. But still more zerglings being produced by HyuN. The total drone count is favoring Lee Jaedong. So he's still in a good spot as far as his setup goes. He has roaches out, which obviously do a pretty damn good job against banelings. The zerglings as well, especially once you get them all nice and clumped up. So it comes down to a numbers game. Does HyuN have enough zerglings to get the wraparound on these roaches? And will that wraparound be enough to beat him? I don't honestly know. He's got these roaches spread in such a way that you have to run around them in a really awkward fashion, which will cause these zerglings to well, honestly, they're not going to maximize the spread, the area around the roaches. So HyuN just now starting his lair. Jaedong, his lair is halfway done. He's taking additional gas geysers. He's getting an evolution chamber. And I think that we're going to have another roach versus roach game. This is going to be another one of those setups where both players rely heavily on the roaches, on the ground units, using the upgrades to try to get themselves some sort of edge. Although we kind of saw in the first game on Whirlwind that there was no real edge for HyuN even when he got the upgrade advantage. So this game could still go either way, really. +1 attack on the way for Jaedong. I expect to see that any second now. There it is for HyuN. And HyuN's lair is a little bit later, which means he has a bit later of a roach speed. Roach speed doesn't mean too much if you're a defender, because you're not going to be moving around too much anyway. You're just going to be parking there and saying, hey, come at me. Walk into my spine crawlers, bro. But no dice there. He's just going to take this hatchery on the right side. And the Overseer will actually immediately spot it. So good read. Very, very nice read for Jaedong. He gets that information immediately. And, well, let's see here. We have Jaedong moving out with his Overseer. I love these guys. I love the multiple Overseer play. Build up the energy for the... actually, I think that Overseer died, the first one. But you want to build up the energy for your... Okay, no, he still has it. You want to build up the energy for your Contaminates. Just slow down the production. And Contaminate has had an interesting impact on this series. I think Contaminate won Jaedong the first game. We didn't see any use in the second game, obviously. There wasn't a lair in the second game. But let's see what he can do here. HyuN's still dancing around with his lings. There's nothing really to find. I think he's just trying to avoid the roaches. And, well, he will still lose a couple of his lings. This is just some nice, like, he's just trying to box him in, basically. See if he can corner him, deal some additional damage through that avenue, and just bring on the pressure. But HyuN has not found any open avenues of attack yet. There's a large number of units being produced by Jaedong, actually. I think he took this third base. He's got some drones headed there, but he is really committing to unit production now. He has a significant army supply advantage. HyuN has made a few more drones, but Jaedong is now sitting at about almost 80 army supply, and there's not even 60 for HyuN. So Jaedong is just going to press in with these roaches, and this could actually just kill him straight up. He's got so much. The roaches are moving in. Jaedong, all of the drones are being pulled to help fight Jaedong's roaches. Jaedong is just pressing in, though. He's got a fantastic supply lead. He wants to take this game. He wants to move on to the bracket stage at the Daily Motion Cup. But HyuN is giving his best shot. He has put his best foot forward, trying to slow down the assault from the evil geniuses Zerg, the man that plays a matchup known as JVZ. And he's pressing in. The rest of the drones are being pulled. HyuN's economy has been castrated at this point. There's nothing really left to mine in the natural or the third base. He's trying to evacuate some of these drones, but HyuN does that weird thing where he just gets roaches all over the place, forcing even more drones to run around. And this has just been really, really nice play. HyuN, he can actually contaminate this hatchery immediately once again. And these roaches, they're still dancing. He's still juking and jiving around while he builds up additional forces. Jaedong, I got to mix it up. Jaedong's the one that's actually got these roaches tucked in everywhere. HyuN's on the back foot. But that's just how much mayhem has been showing in this game. It's almost hard to keep track of everything that's been going on. HyuN wants to go for a counterattack, but what is he going to do? He's going to lose more roaches. Jaedong is pushing across the field once again for what could be a potential killing blow. Some of these roaches will try to sneak around for HyuN, but at this point, Jaedong's got so much he can afford to leave a few units behind to defend against these kind of counterattack run-by style plays. And I think Jaedong's just going to press in. HyuN, he's got to fight. This is it. He's saying stand and deliver. He has no choice but to fight against this force now, but he's up 100 to army supply to 60. Jaedong's looking so strong now. He's just going to run on top and park his little roach body all over HyuN. Jaedong, he's just overwhelming him. There's too much. There's too much of the dong here. He's too big, moving and swallowing all these roaches up. +2 attack, even finishing for Jaedong at the same time, and HyuN just doesn't have enough. GG. HyuN is eliminated from the Daily Motion Cup, and we see Jaedong advance to the bracket stage.